Good evening, and welcome to the interim board meeting of the School District of Springfield Township. Today is Tuesday, April 7th, 2026, and hoping everyone had a wonderful spring break and time with friends, family, or on your own if that's what you prefer. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. The mission of the School District of Springfield Township is to educate and develop all students as learners and citizens who are high achieving, resilient, and responsible in a changing global community. Let's do a roll call. Ms. Green.
Dr. Aberly.
Yeah.
Mrs. Bell. Mr. Brett. Mr. DeFranco.
Here.
Katie Davenport.
Virtually present.
Mr. Jordan.
Here.
Mrs. McGranahan.
Here.
Mr. Needleman.
Here.
Mr. Bedard.
Here. Just one announcement, and it's not on here, but I'm going to go off of memory. Any and all portions of the board meetings can be videotaped at the discretion of the board, subject to the policy board meetings 003. All recordings will be posted on the district website on the Friday following each board meeting. It's fantastic. With that, we'll go into our administrative reports. I'll turn it over to our superintendent, Dr. Mary Jo Yannicone.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. It's very nice to be with you all. I wasn't going to start with this, but I think I will. Having stood for the pledge, just wanted to recognize that all of our flags are at half staff this week, and that is in honor of the fire chief and assistant fire chief who were unfortunately killed over the holiday week from Berks County. And so we want to send our condolences to their families and all of their loved ones and the members of their fire companies. We regret that they unfortunately lost their lives in the call of duty, in the line of duty over the spring break. Since our last meeting, we've welcomed spring and enjoyed the break that accompanies it. I hope that our families and staff were able to make the most of the last week of vacation and are looking forward to the busy final few months of the school year. At the end of March, we held 2 parent informational meetings that were very worthwhile. The Multicultural Parents Association hosted a presentation by a local rabbi on ways the community can come together to combat hate in all its forms. Our middle school team, supported by the Offices of Technology and Support Services, also hosted a session for families focused on cybersecurity measures to safeguard our students. The presentation included a local officer who works in cybercrimes and was able to share current information to assist families in maintaining safe environments in the digital arena. This month, we have several events for families I'd like to bring your attention to. Kindergarten orientation is this Thursday, April 9th. On April 15th, Dr. Lutz will host a session on cell phone safety and the Wait Till 8th movement. This is open to all parents, but in particular focuses on parents of children under 8th grade. On April 17th through the 19th, our middle school musical, SpongeBob SquarePants, the musical, will be held at the high school auditorium. I only have a few other opportunities to say that out loud, so I'm happy to invite everyone to come to SpongeBob SquarePants, the musical, on April 17th through the 19th. Third grade transition night will be held at Erdenheim on April 22nd, and the 11th and 12th grade prom will be held on April 24th. That will be Dr. Rittenhouse's last prom in his lifetime. I'm guessing it's over 40 at this point. Oh, that's wonderful. This is a one-time special event. I'm sure that she's looking forward to your last prom. Yes. 5th grade families will also be invited to a welcome to the middle school on April 28th, and 6th and 7th grade families will attend an informational night on April 30th. So we have lots of transitional meetings coming up this month. Our principals will include them in their weekly newsletters, and we hope to see lots of families out meeting each other and learning about the transition from building to building. Under agenda items, for property committee, we had a property committee meeting on March 25th, and Mr. DeFranco is going to provide a summary in his report, so I'll leave that to him. Under personnel, I'm very happy and excited to recommend Dr. Megan Markle, who joins us this evening, to succeed Dr. Rittenhouse, who is also with us this evening, as the next principal of Springfield Township High School. Dr. Markle has established herself as a strong, ethical, and dedicated leader during the 9 years she has served our community, and she is prepared for her next challenge at the high school. In our survey of students, staff, and community, the recurring theme was the need to hire an educator who can build and sustain a positive school climate and someone who understands and is committed to Springfield's values. Dr. Markle emerged as the top candidate across all stakeholder groups through the interview process, and she has already begun to make connections with staff at the high school, most recently at a meet and greet held before the break. So welcome, Dr. Markle, and again, I'm very happy to recommend you this evening. Under academic affairs, we have several overnight field trips for your approval, as well as a settlement agreement. In addition, we have the MCIU agreement for special education and related services for next year. Under property committee, we have 4 contracts with security services, environmental testing, and cleaning services up for your approval. These items were reviewed and discussed at our most recent meeting. I will make note that the Zero Eyes contract that is attached in the agenda is a new service, and the contract date of 3/31/26 is able to be approved with a favorable vote this evening, given the holiday week. So we've already had that review with the company. The final item is a new high-powered mower for maintaining our fields and grounds. This was also reviewed and discussed at our most recent property committee meeting. Under finance, in addition to the annual approval of our treasurer, we have our new contract with our food services vendor, Chartwells, and we are requesting a 5-cent increase in meal costs across the board for elementary and secondary students for next year for your consideration. And then under policy, we have the single reading of our amended field trip policy, which was reviewed and approved to move forward this winter. I mistakenly left it off the agenda last month, so you'll find it here for your approval. And we have no Spartan Spotlight this evening, as this is an interim meeting. So that concludes my report. Thank you, Mr. Bedard.
Thank you. Any comments or questions from the board? All right, I will turn things over to Mr. DeFranco, who has an update from Property Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Bedard. I don't have anything in here about SpongeBob, but I too wanted to say SpongeBob. so there it is. Thank you. Okay, good evening, everyone. This will be a brief summary of the Property Committee meeting held Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. Board members in attendance, Ms. Bell, Katie Davenport, myself, Mr. Needleman. And from the administration, we had Dr. Yannicone, Ms. Green, Mr. Watley, Mr. Coleman, Mr. Bray, Mr. Chinta, and Mrs. Holman. Our student rep was Emma McGrath. Additional panelists were Mr. Grice of CHA and Mr. Taylor of ICS-CMTA. Operations update from Mr. Watley provided an update on district operations. The final phase of interior painting at the Springfield Township High School was slated for completion over spring break, and the district is evaluating repainting the stadium wall. Additionally, a replacement Toro mower is being brought forward for approval on tonight's agenda. Ms. Green reviewed the 2025-2026 operational plan priorities. For the 26-27 vendor contracts, Ms. Green reviewed several contracts recommended for approval. These included renewals for security services as well as custodial services with an additional staff member at the middle school. Both renewals are for 3 years with modest cost increases. Additionally, environmental control systems is a renewal with a 3-year term and without a cost increase. The administration is also recommending a new 5-year agreement with Zero Eyes for AI-supported security monitoring and weapons detection services at approximately $37,000 annually. On to Stop Arm Bus Safety Pilot. Mr. Bray presented plans for a Stop Arm Enforcement Pilot program using cameras on 5 buses with high traffic routes. The pilot will run from April through June and will be used to gather data on safety and program effectiveness. No citations will be issued during the pilot period. Initial findings will be reviewed at the May Property Committee meeting to determine next steps. for summer projects and capital priorities. The committee reviewed upcoming capital priorities. This includes continued evaluation of bus replacements, which we will be discussing further in May, as well as planned studies this summer for the sanitary piping and natatorium ventilation systems. Several larger projects, including natatorium and kitchen tile replacement, middle school tennis courts and stair replacement, and Enfield Erdenheim parking lot maintenance, are planned for summer 2027, pending study results. The middle school fire report and recommendations. Dr. Yannicone reviewed the findings of the fire marshal's report related to the January incident at the middle school. The fire was determined to be electrical in nature, originating from a degraded heat trace cable associated with the rooftop HVAC equipment. The district has already evaluated all relevant systems and is moving forward with replacement of effective heat trace systems, along with upgrades to electrical protections and installation methods. Additional steps include implementing a district-wide inspection and preventative maintenance program and coordinating repair or replacement of the damaged rooftop unit pending insurance determination. For public comment, we had one public comment received regarding ongoing concerns about construction site safety at the middle school. The next property committee meeting will be held on May 20th, 2026, and will be held virtually. For more information or to see the detailed discussion, please review the video recording of this committee meeting. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any comments or questions from the board on the property committee update? A lot on the agenda. Thank you for the detailed report. All right, we'll move into public comments on agenda items. I'll turn over to Mr. Needleman.
Thank you, Mr. Bedard. At this time, we'll take public comment on agenda items. That is items on the agenda this evening. I am stalling for time a little bit to allow a couple extra minutes for folks who are joining us online or anyone who is joining us in person to speak. No one has signed up to speak in person. I'll turn now to folks who are joining us online. While I'm doing that, I just want to remind everybody we have a 3-minute time limit on any comment you want to make, and we'll just ask that you identify where you live in the township. I do not see any digital hands raised from the folks joining us online, so I think we can probably move on with the rest of the meeting.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Move right into the business agenda. And our first item is specific to board member Sean Jordan. The recommended action I just want to say that dramatically. The recommended action this evening is to appoint Mr. Jordan to the MCIU Board of Directors election. So the recommended action, Board of School Directors authorizes the board secretary to cast the district's vote for Sean Jordan for election to the Montgomery County Intermediate Unit Board of Directors for the term July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2028. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions? I didn't realize it was a 2-year term, so thank you for your service.
Thank you for your support.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Say nay. Any objections? Abstentions or objections? Looks like we're good. Thank you, Mr. Jordan.
Thank you again all for your support. Greatly appreciate it.
All right, on to personnel. Recommended action this evening. Board of School Directors approves the following personnel as presented in the attachment 2026-0407.pdf. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Thank you. A second. Any comments or questions? All right, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? All right, congratulations, Dr. Merkel. Yeah. And let the search continue for continued leadership, but we're very excited to have you at the high school. All right, next we have conferences. This is informational only, so please review the conferences updates. Under academic affairs, we have some field trips that were provided via attachment for the board, some overnight field trips. And this one will go up for vote. The recommended action, the Board of School Directors approves the high school YAG overnight trip on April 16th through April 19th, 2026 for the YAG Model Convention 2026. This is a school-sponsored extended travel trip, which is coordinated by district personnel. The cost of the trip for participating students is $600, paid by participating students and families, and costs are reduced through participant fundraising and YMCA financial aid. If additional support is needed, it will be coordinated through the high school administration. Is there a motion? Thank you. And a second. Any comments or questions on the overnight trip? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Any abstentions? That will pass. We have the overnight field trip for the Thespian Board Planning Meeting. Recommended action this evening. The Board of School Directors approves the high school overnight field trip for the 2026-2027 Pennsylvania Thespian Board Planning Meeting, taking place April 24th to the 25th, 2026. This is a school-sponsored extended travel trip, which is coordinated by district personnel. One member of the high school thespians, along with faculty chaperone, will travel for the purpose of planning the conference for the coming school year. There are no costs for this trip beyond the use of a school vehicle to get to and from the planning meeting. Is there a motion? Thank you. And a second. Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Say nay. Any abstentions? We are good on the overnights. Next item, a confidential settlement and release agreement. Recommended action. Board of School Directors approves the confidential settlement and release agreement for student 2026-0406-1. Is there a motion? Thank you. And a second. Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. And any abstentions? That will pass. Next, the MCIU agreement for shared student services. The recommended action this evening, the Board of School Directors approves the 2026-2027 intergovernmental agreement for shared student special education and related services with the Montgomery County Intermediate Unit. Is there a motion? Thank you. And a second. Any comments or questions on the MCIU agreement? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. Any abstentions? We're good to go. Next, moving into our property agenda items. First, Cardinal Point. Recommended action this evening. The Board of School Directors approves the agreement with Cardinal Point Group to provide security services for the district for a 3-year term, effective July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2029. Is there a motion? Thank you. And a second. Any comments or questions? I just do have one question. I know it was discussed at property committee, but in the review of Cardinal Point, I assume there's obviously a financial review, but there was also a performance review based on our prior contract, and that was satisfied, and the administration is feeling good.
Yes, we're very happy with Cardinal Point Services. Mr. Chinta, in his role as supervisor of campus safety, oversaw the review process and then worked with Mr. Watley to confirm the contract terms. And then Ms. Green approved the financial end of that. So yeah, we're very happy with their services to date.
Great. And how long has Cardinal Point been?
This is our 3rd full year, correct? Yes, Mr. Chinta is telling me I'm correct.
Great. So it's essentially a renewal of the same time frame.
It is.
Great. That makes sense. Okay. Thank you. All right. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. Any abstentions? All right, Cardinal Point contract is good. Next item, Zero Eyes contract. Recommended action. The Board of School Directors approves the agreement with Zero Eyes to provide weapon detection surveillance for a 5-year term with an option to renew annually for $37,260 per year. Is there a motion? Thank you. And a second. Any comments or questions?
I have a
Please.
question. Is this one of the pieces of technology that one of the community members reached out about?
Yes, it
Okay.
is. Back in the fall, they had
Yeah,
asked us
yeah.
to do a review, and
Okay.
several years ago, we had looked at this particular technology and we were concerned that it wasn't yet refined enough artificial intelligence. But we, in reviewing it at this time, we were able to get references from 3 local school districts who are using it with success. Our concern was false positives on reports and unnecessary disruption to our security team and our administrators. But it appears to have worked out those issues. Because not 100%, but to a much higher degree of
Yeah, that was going to be
satisfaction.
one of my other questions, was who in the kind of like neighbouring school districts is using similar approaches, and I'm guessing there's like a training element for the security staff as well.
Yes, there'll be a training element. Mr. Chanter will oversee the review of this new technology once it's been installed.
All right, great questions. Any additional comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? That will pass. Next, environmental control systems. Recommended action. The Board of School Directors approves the addendum to the AHERA designated person contract to extend the contract through June 30th, 2029, based on the professional fees listed in Exhibit A in the file attachment. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? That will pass. Next item, the Campus Services Group Contract. The recommended action, the Board of School Directors approves the agreement with Campus Services Group to provide custodial services for the district effective July 1st, 2026 to June 30th, 2029. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? We are good. Next, turf equipment and supply company. Recommended action this evening, the Board of School Directors approves the purchase of a 4000-D T4 Toro Groundsmaster and sunshade for a total of $96,773.60 under CoStar's contract number 4400028342. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions other than the
Question, price.
cost of
It's like trying to figure out
ceremonies?
what this was.
Yes,
I
that's-
guess it's like some kind of like
It's the Cadillac of
Yeah,
lawnmower.
Looking at Mr. Watt to make sure that I share this thoroughly, but this is, for lack of a better term, the term in my head is the Mac Daddy of lawnmowers. We have many, many athletic fields, as you know, and grounds. And we were overdue for equipment of this caliber to maintain those fields. We did note at the property committee meeting, this was considerably more expensive than we had estimated it to be. And so we have deferred a separate item that we feel we can wait on in order to accommodate the increased cost in this particular item. Did I miss anything, Mr. Watley?
No, it's not your regular lawn. 3 decks. The wingspan is very large, which allows one person to cut more of a field than if you were just standing behind one. The other one we purchased that in 2008, so it's almost been 20 years that.
So for the benefit of those around, what Mr. Watley just shared was the last time we bought a mower of this caliber was in 2008. Indeed, it probably wasn't a mower of this caliber, but the last time we bought a mower for this purpose was in 2008. And it has 3 decks. It is gigantic and high powered and therefore pricey. But it's under CoStar's contract, so we do know we're getting what is considered reasonable cost for this particular piece of equipment. And the grounds crew are thrilled. They should.
I know this item has been on several property committee updates as a, long-term capital requirement that is going to be needed. Can you talk a little bit about the benefit to crew management and the ability to, because it is such a significant expense?
So for that, I'm going to ask Mr. Watley to come to the microphone so that he can be heard. I did share with him that this was a possibility this evening, given how much conversation we've had about the equipment. Were you able to hear the question?
Could you repeat the question?
Yeah, I just recall discussion over the last several property committee meetings. I wasn't at the last one on one of the reasons you would buy a mower of this size is to actually help with staff management. So there's fewer folks out on the fields taking up, pretty valuable time where they could be doing other activities.
Yeah, so every morning when we come in, we take a look at what's needed and we're to dispatch manpower. With this one machine, we can cut an entire field. We would need 2 guys to cut the field, one to cut and one to line and do all that type of stuff. And we can transport this to different schools, which makes it much easier for us. It's just one person that can accomplish that task of about 3, which is very beneficial and productive for us, given the amount of fields that are here and the size of these fields.
Great. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah,
Well, yes.
back to the price issue. So I did do like a Google search. So let me know if I'm wrong about this. It's saying that it's about half of what we are paying for. So is there any additional equipment or accessories that we're purchasing along with that justifies this cost?
No, it's a standard tri-deck mower, and it has an enclosed shield to protect the person that's mowing the lawn from grass getting into it. It's just inflation and the price. There's no special gadgets. It's just a lawnmower. The other one we bought, well, the district bought was about 60,000. And so given the amount of time that it's been 20-something years, there's nothing special that comes along with it. But it's meant to do exactly what we need it to do.
Okay, all right.
Perhaps maybe as a follow-up, Mr. Jordan, could you just confirm, like when we buy something under the CoStar agreement, do we have protections on the price being the best available price for a public school entity?
CoStars is a purchasing where the state goes out to bid for vendors that participate in that. So a bidding process has happened. Just like we go out to bid for our construction management, we receive those bids. So they've gone through that process. So it is a competitive price on what we're looking at when we go under CoStars.
That's sufficient.
Do they cover, how long is the warranty on the mower? Will they cover
I think it's a 10-year warranty
10-year warranty?
on the mower.
May I drive the mower?
You most certainly may.
I don't think I should. Thank you. I think we're good. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. This was certainly a hot item with a very significant price tag. All right. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And any abstentions? Okay, we're good with the new Toro equipment. Moving on to some finance agenda items. The first for this evening, the Board of School Directors approves the appointment of Daniel Coleman as the board treasurer effective July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Any abstentions? That will pass. Next item regarding Chartwells. The recommended action from the administration. The Board of School Directors approves the food service management renewal contract with Compass Group USA Incorporated, otherwise known as Chartwells, at flat administrative and management fees of $21,854 and $41,523 for the 2026 and 2027 school year, and authorizes the business administrator to electronically sign and submit the required PDE documents. Is there a motion? Thank you. And a second. Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Any abstentions? All right. We are good with the Chartwells renewal. Next, 2026-2027 breakfast and lunch prices. I'm going to go through some detail here. I did forget my glasses this evening, so bear with me. The Board of School Directors approves the breakfast, lunch, and a la carte prices for the 2026-2027 school year as follows. Elementary breakfast, $1.50. Elementary lunch, $3.05. Secondary breakfast, $1.50. Secondary lunch, $3.30. A la carte, see attachment for listed prices, which I will not go through. Do we have a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions on school lunch?
I have a question.
Please.
How much is the increase approximately, or is there an increase from what we were, or current school year?
So we're looking at a 5 cent per meal increase. So whether it's elementary breakfast, that was $1.45, for example, and then secondary lunch was $3.25.
Okay.
So 5 cents per meal across the board.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Oh. The votes get exciting. They do. And any abstentions? All right. And Ms. Green, we captured that as all ayes. All right. Wonderful. Thank you. All right. Moving on to policy items here. We have the single reading of policy 121 regarding field trips and extracurricular activities. A recommended action from the administration and coming out of academic affairs. The Board of School Directors approves the single reading of the policy 121 field trips and extracurricular trips with details in the attachment. Is there a motion? Thank you. And a second. All right. Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Any abstentions? All right. The new policy is good to go. I'll now turn it back to Mr. Needleman for public comments on non-agenda items.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bedard. At this time, we'll take comment on non-agenda items. I do not see that any of the folks joining us in person have signed up to speak, so I'll look to the folks joining us online and just ask if you do want to make a comment, please raise a digital hand. At this time, too, I'll remind everyone we do have a 3-minute time limit on any comment you want to make. And before you make your comment, we'll just ask that you identify where you live in the township so we have that on record. I do not see that any hands are raised, so I believe we can close this out.
Excellent. Just a couple of future meeting dates. We do have our upcoming regular board meeting for April. That will be on Tuesday, April 21st, 2026, 7 p.m. That is a hybrid meeting, but we are here in person in the high school library. We have an interim board meeting coming up on Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. That's also 7 p.m., a hybrid meeting, and that is tentative at this point. And then we have our next regular board meeting Monday, May 18th, 2026, also 7 p.m., also here in the high school library. We have some committee meeting dates. Our finance committee will be meeting Thursday, April 16th, 2026 at 8 a.m. This is a virtual meeting. Academic Affairs will be meeting on Monday, April 20th, 2026 at 4 p.m. This is also a virtual only meeting. Policy Committee will be meeting on April 27th, that's a Monday, at 5 p.m. virtually. And Property Committee is on Wednesday, May 20th, 2026 at 8 a.m., also virtual. All of the meeting details can be found on the district website. Now I'll open it up for any last comments or questions from board members.
I just have a comment. I just wanted to thank Dr. Yannicone. I noticed when we came back from break, as I was turning down Springfield Way, there was an addition of a sign that clarified that the school is closed during school hours to the public and that no dogs are permitted, no pets are permitted on the campus. So I appreciate that. And I just wondered, maybe we can figure this out at the regular meeting in May, how you adjust those for the summer, because I don't know how that works during the summer, if who's allowed where and what during the summer. So thank you.
That's a great question. First of all, thank you for the notice. Mr. Chenta has been working on those signs through the operations department, and we're glad to have them added. That is a safety feature. One of the things that we looked at as we get our regular reviews, when we have county and local police come in and do our reviews, and Mr. Chenta is regularly attending local and state and national conferences, is to make sure that campuses are closed during the school day for safety reasons. So whether that's a community member, I'm a dog lover, I'm a dog owner, but walking your dog on campus while students are in session can be dangerous for children. And in addition to that, having people on campus who are unidentified, whether they are members of the tax-paying public or not, it's important that they recognize the campus is closed other than to students and staff during school hours. In the summertime, we do run an extended school year program, and the last 2 years that's been in 2 of our buildings. And so we would continue those hours during the ESY season. So there's a short window when those signs do not apply, and that's in mid-August, just before we reopen, and in late June, right after we close. And so those signs do say during school hours, and if we can clarify that at all, we'll be happy to do that. Yeah, but thank you for noticing.
You're welcome. And maybe just during the ESY, maybe at their next meeting, you could mention it. You know, in addition, if you want to also comment on SpongeBob SquarePants, the musical.
I'll talk about how great it was.
I'm sure.
At the next meeting.
And just how, like, you reminded people how this in the fall, the school year is starting before Labor Day.
It is indeed.
You can do those extra reminders about the summer,
Yeah.
what's open, what's not for the public, so they're aware.
We can absolutely do that. In my board report, would you like me to do that?
Yeah, wherever, that's
Okay.
fine.
I'll be happy to do that, and we could also include it in our newsletter.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, could that also be in like the separate building newsletters as well? That go
Yes.
I think that might be helpful, especially the ESY one, because I think people probably don't realise that, oh, it's summer, so campus is open, but technically it's not.
We'll be happy to do that. Our expectation is that at the next meeting of the Academic Affairs Committee, we'll be bringing back the next 3 years calendars. And so I think the end of April newsletter will be a perfect time to update families.
Isabel, great suggestion. Other comments? All right, Dr. Yannicone, you have the last word.
Have a great night. Thank you.
All right, thanks for joining.